Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today I am back to revisit the Ride or Die tag. Now, I filmed this video when it first came out. It was either 2016 or 2017. I don't know. I have black rimmed glasses. I am very picky about my makeup. And it was an interesting video to rewatch. But what we're going to do today is I'm going to tell you what my Ride or Die was 7 odd years ago. And if that item is still reigning strong or if it has been dethroned. Most of them have been dethroned, but there are still a few holding strong. Let's get into it. Alright, in order of application, the primer that was my holy grail was the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. No, Hourglass Veil. The Vanish is the new one. Vanish Airbrush is the new primer that I haven't tried yet. Veil Mineral was my holy grail. At this point, when I filmed this Ride or Die tag, I had not purchased a full size. This is my third 2-ounce bottle. Meaning I am on my 120 to 880 ml use of this product. It is still my Ride or Die primer. Absolutely. So at that point in time, I'd only used the minis. I've gone on to repurchase this multiple times. As I said, this is my third of the big Mama Gemma. It is beautiful. I have it on today. I haven't worn it in a while. It is just really smoothing. It holds my makeup on and it makes it last, particularly when I do get slightly oilier in the summertime. I'm filming this in winter. I think I filmed that in summer because I was complaining about the oils a lot. Alright. Foundation. My favorite foundation, it's on my phone. That's why I keep looking down. My favorite foundation at that point in time was the MAC Pro Longwear with Cover FX Custom Cover Drops. I retried this combination last year, I think. And it was a beautiful foundation combination. It was really good. I liked it a lot. But I am able to wear Pro Longwear on its own now. I do like a lighter coverage than that gave me. To the point where I'm actually struggling with foundations at the moment. Because I have so many old foundations. I'm trying to pan them. That figuring out my current Ride or Die foundation was kind of a little bit funny. My current Ride or Die foundation is actually a powder foundation. This is the One Size Turn Up the Base Versatile Powder Foundation. And the reason I can tell you that this is my current Ride or Die is because when I'm going away and I need quick, easy makeup that I know is going to look good and last, this is what I go for. I wore this in Disney. I take it basically any time I go away. It is gorgeous. So has a decent dip in it. And I think this powder foundation is my current favorite foundation. My current Ride or Die foundation. Purely because I am just going through foundations at the moment. I'm trying to get my collection looking a little bit fresher. Because what I've got is looking a little bit crusty. So while I'm liking what I'm trying, that is my go-to when I don't want to be using something else. Concealer. I was so picky. I was really picky. And look, I'm still pretty picky. But I basically said there is no concealer that can handle my under eyes because I need a corrector. And look, that's true. I still use a corrector. And Bobbi Brown makes my favorite correctors. I like the stick. I like the pot. But Bobbi Brown is my Ride or Die for corrector. Absolutely. But, again, I'm going through a lot of my concealers at the moment. So what do I wear when I need something quick, easy, and I know it's going to look great? Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I'm halfway through this. Crazy to think that. I will use this organically. I won't need to actually pan it, which is hilarious because I have to pan everything at the moment, base-wise. This just looks great. It gives me enough coverage under the eye, on my face, and it just looks fresh and beautiful on the skin, and it's gorgeous. Powders, I was also really picky. I said maybe the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, but I thought there was something better out there. Now, I think I talked about the Laura Mercier powder at that point in time. And I said something about it. But this is probably my favorite loose powder. Besides the Maybelline Fit Me. No, Maybelline Fit Me. Not Laura Mercier. Sorry, Laura Mercier. Maybelline Fit Me loose powder is, again, that I don't have one at the moment because I have enough loose powders, but it is the powder I know will always look good, and it is so much more inexpensive than any other powder that I own. I am using a Dior powder at the moment, and my Maybelline is better. That is Maybelline. Why did I forget that? Because I don't have it with me. I will buy one at some point, but I currently have too many loose powders to go through. Too many powders in general to go through. If you saw my last huge haul. Too many powders to go through. Maybelline Fit Me loose powder. The next category was the eye category, and for this I'm actually not going to do ride or dies because I'm going to do a top 3 eyes and a top 3 lips. So for eyes and lips, I'm not going to give a ride or die because I can't pick one. However, I'm going to do a top 3 in every category for eyes and lips only. Because for face, I don't have a wide enough variety. Maybe cheek color. If you want to see cheek color, let me know. But in terms of eyes and lips, I can't pick a ride or die. I can pick a ride or die face colors, which is why I don't think I need to do a top 3 in that in those categories. But base products, I don't. Again, I've struggled enough to give you my ride or dies, let alone a top 3. But I am going to do that for eyes. But let's talk about what was my favorite back then. So brows, I just said the process I used to do my brows, which hasn't changed, which is filling them in with a pencil, setting them with a tinted gel. That is the same. I do that all the time. Sometimes I just use my tinted gel and then add a few more hair strokes. Sometimes I just leave them at ease. But again, as I mentioned in that, the pencil is relatively interchangeable between Benefit and Anastasia. The gels, I'm trying a new one, and I've been trying different ones all the time. There's nothing that's like, I need that one. So that hasn't changed. Eyeshadow palette. My ride or die eyeshadow palette was the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. Doesn't exist in my collection anymore. It was a good palette, but it got decluttered out of my palette because the shimmers were weak. The shimmers were really lackluster, and I was going for my full shimmer sparkle moment, and that didn't compete. So it left my collection. But it was a good palette. Eyeliner, at that point it was Kat Von D, Tattoo Liner. I still love this liner. It is probably still one of my favorite liquid liners. The only other one that I really like is it the Fenty one? Is the other one I really like. And the Stila Micro one is also really nice. But the KVD, I bought the Mad Max Brown last year. It's now not sitting here anymore because I don't use liquid liner at the moment. But I have a Trooper in my backup drawer. I just don't use it. But it is still my favorite liquid liner. My favorite pencil liners would have been the Marc Jacobs, but they don't exist anymore, and I'm now on the hunt for new favorite pencil eyeliners. Mascara. My holy grail was the CoverGirl Clump Crusher. I have not used that mascara in so long. I cannot believe it. CoverGirl Clump Crusher, I feel like I need to go buy a tube of it. But I also have so many backup mascaras. It's good stuff. Alright, cheek products. My favorite bronzer was Benefit Hoola. I had a mini. I've never purchased a full-size Hoola. I've only ever used minis. I don't have one in my collection at the moment. My ride or die. Bronzer. You can't get any more. Because Marc Jacobs needs to hurry up and come back out again. Tantastic. I love Tantastic. It is the bronzer when I don't want to think about it that I always reach for. It looks like it's barely used because the pan is so huge and there is still somehow line marks on it. But there is also for my NARS Laguna that somehow still has line marks on it. But I've had that for as long as this and I love them both. But this one is just beats it out. It's gorgeous. I love this bronzer. It still smells like coconut. I don't know how. Oh, Marc Jacobs, please come back. I love your products. My favorite blush was, I actually have it. I repurchased it recently. Not recently, ages ago now. Tarte's Exposed. This is a gorgeous blush. It is still gorgeous. I love it a lot. I really appreciated a matte blush at that point in time, but I've now grown to appreciate something that's a little bit more glowy. I say as I'm wearing a matte blush. But this is basically the colour of Tarte's Exposed, but with a slight glow to it. This is Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. It's that same, it looks darker, but on the skin, but when you blend them together, it's basically the same shade as Exposed, but with a soft sheen to it. And I just think that looks more flattering. I say as I'm wearing a matte blush. But I'm wearing a Charlotte Tilbury matte blush, so it somehow still looks right. This is gorgeous. I love this blush. Again, don't want to think about what I'm wearing. This is what I reach for. And then, Ride or Die highlight. Anyone, any guesses? Anybody? Back then, it was Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder Highlight 01. And this will always be my Ride or Die highlight. I love this so much. Oh my goodness, that means this is like 7 years old. Oh no. Nope, that's still not going anywhere because it still performs just as beautifully as it did then. It looks like I've divvied it out. Like I've hit pan on a different highlighter, but this is still my favorite. It is the soft glow lit from within that you can build up to high shine. Don't know what I want to wear. Always going to be Laura Mercier Matte Radiance. It is the best highlighter. It is the best highlighter. Always. Alright, lips. I'll tell you again what I had, but I will do a top 3 for this one. The lipstick. I spoke about the colour of this lipstick and having it in about 7 million different shade formulas. And I did. Now I only have a mini of the one that I spoke about, which is Urban Decay's Back Talk. And I don't think I've worn this colour in so long. Like, this used to be my go-to colour. Every brand, this colour, I owned it. And I don't think I've worn something this pink. I used to think this was neutral. This is so pink. I have not worn something that pink in so long. So long. Crazy. And the liner that I would wear with it would be, nope, either NARS El Agua, which was purpley, or Rimmel East End Snob, which I have repurchased. This is so pink. So pink. Oh my goodness, this is so pink. This is more pink than Primrose. Is it more pink than Primrose? It is way more pink than Primrose. Goodness gracious, this is so pink. I used to think this was neutral. Oh my goodness. Still really like the Rimmel lip liner formula. It's great. I haven't actually worn that Back Talk. I got it. I haven't worn it. I own none of these otherwise. NARS El Agua was a really purpley lip liner. Urban Decay Say So. Honestly, I don't even remember owning this lip gloss. I saw it, I was like, I owned one of those. It was a neutral gloss. I was the Naked line. Couldn't tell you anything about it. The YSL Tint in Oil in 05. I feel like I need to repurchase me one of these. Like, this was a mini. I feel like I need one because lip oils are back and are being a thing. I feel like I need to try this again. But again, I have no recollection of it. What I do have recollection of is Stila Aria, which was very similar to... No, the other one. Am I Kiss? It was a very similar shade to this, but probably even darker. And I wore it all the time. And I loved the Stila liquid lipstick formula. And I don't own... Oh, I have a mini patina, I think. Here's a baby patina, which is that colour that I used to always wear. I don't wear liquid lipsticks that often, if ever. Again, that is like basically the same colour. I obviously didn't own patina yet, or I would have mentioned it. Yeah, basically the same thing. I used to think that was so neutral and so everyday, and now I'm just like, crazy woman. Anyway, those were the products that were my ride or dies back in 2016, 2017 time frame. Some of them have been dethroned. Some of them have stuck around. Let me know if you did this tag many moons ago when Jaclyn Hill created it. Do you still remember any of those products? Do you still own any of them? Do you still love any of them? Let me know. Or have they been dethroned? Let me know in the comments. If you do it as a video, awesome. Let me know. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And click subscribe to stay tuned for more. And I'll see you in the next one, which should be either top 3 eyes or top 3 lips. And again, let me know in the comments if you want to see top 3 cheek colour. Alright, I'll see you next time. Bye guys.